So you probably started out your creative journey wanting to create something that you really loved, that you enjoyed creating, and something that meant something to you. But when you want to really start turning things into a business and make it profitable, you can't just be considering just yourself, but you also need to be considering who you want to be targeting and who you want to be buying your products or your services. And while you might think, well, if I just create something that I love and is beautiful, surely it will just attract the kind of people that love that kind of stuff too. And to an extent, yes, but you need to actually define who those people are. It's really important to get clear on who those people are, get to know them, get inside their heads, so that when you're marketing to those people, that you're communicating in a way that is going to attract them, and your brand is going to be attracting those people too. So that it's not just about making sure the product is something they like, but also the way you're putting it out there, the way you're branding it, the way you're marketing it, selling it, talking about it. Every other part is also attracting those people. Otherwise, you're just kind of hoping that the right people find your stuff rather than making sure that the right people find your stuff. Especially as the marketplace online grows and grows, there's more and more creatives out there, and so the competition is high. It's harder to get seen when there's so many other people also trying to get seen. So it's so important that you define who you want to actually see your stuff, so that you can make sure that you're communicating directly to those people, and then that way you're pushing everyone else out the way and saying, those people, this is not for you. If you happen to like it, that's cool, but I'm just talking to these people. And so you're sort of cutting to the chase and saying, hey, you guys, you're the ones that I'm creating stuff for. Come and take a look. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what your ideal audience is and how to niche your business down so that you make sure that you're communicating to those people and you're getting clear on who they are before you start branding, so that you know who you're communicating to. And if you've got a creative business and want more tips about growing your creative business and attracting people through branding, then be sure to subscribe to this channel. So what is an ideal audience anyway? So when I talk about your ideal audience, I'm talking about the customers, the clients, the followers and the fans, all those people that you want to be buying from you and following your work. Basically, it's the people that you want to attract to your brand, the kind of people that you want to be so keen and eager to buy things from you, comment on your posts and all those kind of things. Because there's no use trying to attract everyone, because you're going to get people that hate your stuff and leave negative comments, people that buy things and then say they hate it because it was never really something that was for them anyway. So the more and more you hone in and attract the right kind of people, the more positive the whole business experience is going to be, because you're going to have people that are so excited about what you do and love your stuff and just can't wait when you put out new things. So it's really important to be attracting those people. And without those people, you're not even really creating a brand. If it wasn't for the ideal audience, then it's really just a creative personal project, because then it's just all about you and doing the things that you want to do. But if you want to actually build and grow a brand and actually make money from your creativity, then it's so important that you define who your audience is and you work on communicating with them in the best way you can. Your ideal audience needs to be niched as well, because the broader your audience is, the harder it's going to be to communicate with them, and the more likely it is that you're going to be attracting the wrong kind of people, or it will just fall flat and it won't communicate with anyone because you're trying to be too broad. So the more narrow you get, the easier it is to actually talk to them, just like if you were talking to someone face to face. Because you know who they are, you can better communicate with them. Whereas if you're talking to a huge audience of people, it's much harder to say things that are going to really apply to all those people. So how do you actually niche your audience? Well, when you're first starting out, you may find it hard to really narrow down. So you may have to start out a little bit broader just to get going. And as you get in there and start to get to know the kind of people that you like and the kind of people that you're attracting with your work, you can start to narrow down further and further. So you do want to start out with some kind of audience though, and not be too generalized. But obviously, as I said, you can start to narrow it further and further. There's just got to be that general, these are my people. So to start off with, think about what it is that you're actually offering. What are you selling? What kind of services are you putting out there? Basically, what are you giving in exchange for money? And then once you think about that, what kind of people are going to benefit from what you do and the way that you're doing it? So what kind of people are going to get benefit from it, and what kind of people are going to be attracted to it? Start with that. Then, to refine it further, here's some questions to think about. Who do you feel most connected to and drawn to help? Or if you're selling a product, what kind of customers do you find you just love chatting to when they buy your stuff and they just love and adore it, and they send you photos of it in their home? Who are those people? Who are the people you get most excited about? So if you're offering a service, who do you get the most excited about when they come to you as a client saying, I want your help? Or if you're selling a product, who do you get most excited about when you see that PayPal notification that they bought from you? What are the kind of people that you get super excited about? And you can get really specific too. If there's a particular person out there, whether it's an influencer or someone famous or just someone that you personally know in your circle of creative friends, who is that someone that is going to make you super excited, that when you realize that they're interested in what you have to offer, that you're just like, yes, this is the best, this is what I want to do. And then what are your own values or beliefs? And how does that apply to your audience? Because obviously you want to be attracting like-minded people, because then it's easier to speak to them because you feel the same way about things that they do. And so you can speak to that and you can say things that they go, yes, I really resonate with that. Yes, that is what I want. So what are those values that are really important to you that you want to also attract in the kind of people that are buying from you? Then are there any gaps in the market that you could fill? Have you noticed in your own industry or within the niche that you're currently serving, are there some gaps that haven't quite been filled yet, where you can find your own little niche where you can really offer something that is missing? Then there's the old you trick. So by this I mean, if what you're offering provides some sort of transformation and you actually went through that transformation yourself before then helping others, who was the old you? Who were you before you went through that transformation? And then maybe that old you is the kind of people you want to attract now, because you want to take them on that same journey. And then based on your own past experiences, whether that's things you've done in the past or your own transformation, what kind of people are you going to really understand? What kind of people are you going to be like, I really get what you're going through, or I really get your situation and what you're looking for? What kind of people are you just going to really understand and get, so that when you're communicating with them, you'll be able to say things to them that they're just like, yes, you know exactly what I need and what I'm going through. And then what interests you and what do you love talking about all the time? Because you want to be able to talk to people in a way that feels natural, just like if you're talking to a friend and things that you're passionate about and want to constantly chat about. What are those things? What are those things that you just naturally just can't stop chattering about? Because the thing that you naturally communicate easily is something that's going to be super easy then to communicate in business. And so what kind of people would resonate with that kind of thing that you just love to chat about? So why exactly do you need to even consider these people before you start branding? Your audience can't be an afterthought. You can't just get started with a business for several years and then go, I suppose I better start thinking about my audience and who they are now. It's critical that you think about them from the start, so that then you can tailor your branding to them, and so that you make sure that you're communicating to those people, and so you're taking the right kind of people on the path with you, and so your business is going to grow more quickly because you're attracting the right kind of people. They're loving what you're doing because it's just for them, and then they can't stop raving about it, and so you'll grow and grow. And when it comes to branding, the three main elements that you need to consider is yourself, your audience, and your business. So if your audience is missing from that, then the piece of the puzzle in your branding is missing, and it's quite an important piece too. Because remember that branding is a form of communication, and with any communication you need to know who you're actually talking to. There's no point just spitting out words and talking. It's going to get completely lost in translation if you don't actually know who that communication is for. Because remember, they're the ones that make your business. Without them, it isn't a business at all, because you need them to be able to actually make money. You need them to be buying your products and services. You need them to be sharing it with other people. You need them to be commenting on your posts and, following you on all your social media. Without them, you just don't have a business. So it's so important that you get to know who they are, and that you get to know them as soon as you possibly can, so that you can make sure that you're really communicating to them, so that you can make sure that you're really directing your branding at them. So what kind of things do you need to be considering about your audience? So once you've niched down and decided who that audience actually is, here's a few things you need to actually consider about them when it comes to your brand. What values and beliefs are important to them? What are they struggling with, and what do they need a solution to? What styles and trends are they into? What kind of things are they feeling? Do they have any behaviors or habits that would be relevant to your brand? What language do they use? Do they have any particular phrases, slang, or words that they love to use? What do they need, and what are they searching for? What are they struggling to find that you could help them with? What are their general interests and things that they're into, so that you can create things that are relatable to them, that, you know, make sense in their own lives? How do they want to feel, and how do they currently feel? How does what you offer help get them from what they're feeling now to how they want to feel? And it doesn't have to be complicated feelings either. It could just be that they're feeling like their walls or their house is pretty bland and boring, and you offer something that can cheer them up and make things look better. It can be simple little things, but just taking that time to think about that can really help when you're communicating with those people. And then, what obstacles do they face? What kind of things might be getting in their way from getting what they want? And then, what things have they tried in the past, or what experiences have they already been through? And what are they experiencing right now? What's troubling them? What are they going through? What are they trying to figure out? And what are they influenced by? Who do they look up to? What kind of people do they admire and aspire to? And what kind of people do they want to be more like? And then a little bit of market research. What other brands do they currently buy from or follow? Who else are they already looking to that do similar things? Or even if it's slightly different things, but what kind of brands interest them? And then also, why do they like those brands? Really digging into what is it about those particular brands that really interests your people. Considering your audience will help you create a really unique brand. By talking to your audience, listening to them, interviewing, and really getting to know them. It can help you discover what might be missing in your marketplace, and also how you can have a unique twist on things that will really speak to your audience. What are the problems they're facing? What is it that they're finding that other brands just aren't doing for them that maybe you could offer? Perhaps your industry is a little bit too old-fashioned and you can add freshness. Perhaps there's too much sameness and you can create a more unique twist. Perhaps a lot of people in the same industry are offering it to the same kinds of people, but there's a particular group out there that feel like they're being forgotten and are looking for something too. Or maybe there's some people that just want something a bit different and crazy and unique, and you know, you can offer it in a very different way for them. Or maybe it's something that they need but they don't really want because it's not very exciting, and you can offer it in a new and exciting way that makes them think, finally, I actually feel like I want this thing now because you've made it fun. Or perhaps they have certain values and are struggling to find things that help align with those values, and you can help offer products and things that help them better achieve and have a lifestyle that aligns with those values. Your market research is so important. Get to know your audience, really dig deep and find out who they are, and then start communicating with them through your visual branding. And if you want more tips about branding and creativity, then be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.